In this legal series, I would like to talk about misuse of Section 489A of Indian Penal Code. In 1983, due to the dowry harassment, suicide of the many married women, and also a many cruelty being applied by the many people on the women, the government entered into the law and inserted the Section 489A. So the legislation wanted to protect the women, all the married women, from the dowry torture and also the more harassment and cruelties inside the home. I'm not talking about domestic violence, but it's a clear violence against the woman. So to protect or to safeguard the woman, the government with a good intention introduced this provision into the legislation of Indian Penal Code, and which rose in more cases in the courts. More cases. Later on, women seem to be misusing this provision against male. More cases ended with acquittal. 90% of the cases in the court in the Section 489A ended with acquittal, and conviction are very less. While studying it, more cases had gone to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court of India also has opined well that also police condemn others also in the violence against the men also, because the men are victims now. They misuse others also for 89A provision, file the false cases and torture the husband and in-laws. They could not come out. It's now the weapon of the woman to revenge the people. It has become. It is proved in the result of the cases, so that high courts and Supreme Courts have advised and have given a very clear verdict not to misuse this provision. Please use this provision to safeguard the woman. I am not telling the women, all the women are misusing this provision, but a selected woman in some others also really influenced and induced women are misusing others also this provision against men. So it should be condemned. Otherwise, the government should decide to replace this provision or repeal the provision and substitute some provision to help both people and both sector. It will be very helpful for the use of this provision. Thank you.